Yo, yo, what up, everybody? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome in. How's it going? Good evening. So it's late in the day, but it's never too late. Let's go. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Get settled in. We'll be doing some fun stuff today on stream. Hi, guys. Hi from Brazil. Wow, that is awesome. That's great. How are you guys doing? If you're just joining the live, we just started, so welcome. Make sure you drop a quick like on it. That's always very helpful. Just right off the bat. And please stop spamming. I know you're saying you want some consulting from me. I really appreciate it, but stop spamming. It's not going to help you. Where about in America are you from? Hi from the UK. I am from Minnesota. Okay, I'm going to have to ban this guy. I'm really sorry. Or at least mute him. I don't know. It's actually not working, but whatever. Yeah, I'm from Minnesota, so all the way up north, basically the Canada of the US. That's what a lot of people call Minnesota, and it's true. Can I buy you? No, you cannot buy me. But I appreciate you asking. But yeah, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm just going over some of my own personal stuff here while I stream with you guys. I want to watch some content. There's some really interesting content, some really interesting brands. I want to review this brand on stream. I'll probably make a full video on it tomorrow, but there's some things I want to talk about on stream regarding it because it'll be really interesting. How to grow a small YouTube channel. This is a great question. How can you grow a small YouTube channel? Well, I'll give you, obviously there's very different approaches. There's so many different ways that you could grow your channel, but really the only way that you're going to be able to grow your channel, or at least the most fundamental thing that you need to grow a channel, is to start posting. So start posting content. That's the first step. Post some content and judge from there. So if you start posting some content, you'll be able to see kind of what's working and like what people like and stuff like that. And from there, you can continue to do it. Maybe stop doing it if you don't like to make YouTube videos, etc. But really, it's all about trying. So just give it a try, man. That's kind of the best advice I can give you, is just to get started. And that's the same thing with any business, to be honest with you. You just gotta get started. So let's see. I'm looking over some Facebook ads campaigns right now because there's some interesting stuff that we're doing at the agency, but also at the brand level. So at Chemi Corp, my business, it's growing. And there's so much stuff that we're learning. It's actually insane. And I'll talk a lot about that in this live. So that's kind of what this live is about. I want to do some live research. I want to show you some stuff that we're learning about AI and things of that nature. So let me also go on Discord. You look like Chris Rock and Moist Critical put together. Damn, that's interesting. That's an interesting blend right there. Honestly, I'm glad that you mentioned Moist Critical because Charlie is a big inspiration for my channel. So maybe that'll be some, interesting fun fact right there, is that Charlie actually inspires a lot of my content, even though it's totally unrelated to my channel, right? Like I make content about business, generally speaking. I love Charlie's approach to content, where it's just literally, he's just so authentic and it's so raw. And, I just love the way that he makes content. And that's kind of what inspires my channel as well. I just kind of have a shotgun approach. It's not necessarily the smartest approach, but It's my favorite approach for my channel. And that's kind of what I was saying earlier, is that in order to actually grow your channel, you got to start posting. So, figure it out after posting like 100 videos. I think that's kind of a good piece of advice, the law of 100. I think we covered it in a recent video. I think it was this video. So if you go to my channel and you go to my recent videos, it's this one right here. Oh no, it's this one. Wait, I've been posting a lot of videos. It's this one, AI passive income ideas. We watched basically Noah Kagan, and he mentioned the law of 100, which is a really great concept to keep in mind. Try 100 repetitions of whatever it is you're trying to do. So 100 videos. If you want to grow a YouTube channel, drop 100 videos. If you want to grow your TikTok, drop 100 TikToks and you'll grow. But yeah, that's actually kind of a hack right now, is just to post shorts as well. So don't neglect shorts. But yeah, I want to go over the AI and utilities chat here in the Ecommerce Discord, which, by the way, you can find the link to in the description. It's free. Not the entire server, it's free. There's an Ecommerce Lab section that isn't free, but you can't access it right now. The rest of it, though, like 90% of it is free. But there's some really cool tools that I want to show you, because, it's just really cool how AI is allowing regular business owners like you and I, regular entrepreneurs, to streamline our businesses without having to hire more people. It's just truly unbelievable. And I'm just so grateful for that in itself. I think it presents an amazing opportunity, not only for creating businesses, but also for expediting your business. And that's something we've been really trying to focus on at my company. So just real quick, if you don't know what I do, these are my companies right now, or at least the ones that I'm sharing with you. I do have some e-commerce businesses as well, but I don't share those because I don't want you guys to copy them. I don't care if you copy this, though, because we have a huge competitive advantage. Obviously, I have my personal brand, but my main business is called Ecommerce, and it's divided into services, which is the agency side of things. We have some of the best media buyers in the world, some of the best strategy, in my opinion, and we're working with actually almost exclusively 8-figure brands now, which is super cool. And yeah, that's super cool. And then Ecommerce Lab, which is the education and community side of it. So obviously Ecommerce is super exclusive and we can't take a ton of customers. In fact, right now we're trying to cut off as many clients as we can so that we can just really focus on the ones that are, gonna bring us the most rewards and the ones that we can help the most. And so yeah, Ecommerce Lab just made sense to create, since a lot of you guys want to learn how to grow your business. But again, the Discord is absolutely free, so you should join it right now if you can. I'll say hi in the chat in the Discord. It's free. It's really cool. I love being in the Discord. I check it every single day. We talk about a variety of things too, not just ecom. A lot of business things, for example, some sort of investing information. It's pretty cool. But anyways, let me answer some of you guys' questions. You guys are typing a lot of stuff in the chat, and I'm kind of neglecting you a little bit. If you're just joining, make sure you drop a like on the video, though. I'm trying to stream more, or on the stream rather. We're trying to get better at streaming. I love streaming. I love the streaming culture. I would love to be able to meet more streamers, work with streamers, maybe help them in some way with their business. How's my day? So my day today was really good. I mean, we posted a lot of content, which is always good. That always feels good. My team killed it today. I actually missed a meeting, which wasn't cool. That was not cool of me, but I was sleeping, taking a bit of a nap. I played a few games of chess today. Climbed Elo, which always feels good. Played a few games of Valorant today. Did pretty good there. What else did I do today? I mean, that's pretty much it. Honestly, I didn't do much today, but besides working as well. But work doesn't really feel like work to me because it's fun. Do you think the French market has the potential to dropship? Yes, bro. I mean, the French dropshippers are some of the most vicious, cold-blooded dropshippers out there. Those guys are doing crazy stuff out there. So yeah, for sure, it's a great, great market for dropshipping, the French market. It's absolutely massive. So that's a big thing, guys, that I actually want to mention. So that's part of our research. By the way, look at this brand. I'm going to review it tomorrow for a video. Look at how many fucking ad creatives are running. This is actually insane. For those of you that know what this is all about, which a lot of you probably don't, uh, when it comes to Facebook ads, creatives are the name of the game. And this brand, Earth Breeze, they get that. They understand that at a high level. I mean, look at this. 1,800 results. I've never seen anything like that. This is the first brand, so that's why I'm saving it for a video tomorrow. Um, yeah. Ooh, morning from Malaysia. Hey, shout out to Malaysia. Where in Malaysia? Singapore? Do you work out? Go to the gym? Yeah, I do. I actually go to the gym every week. I don't go to the gym every day. I have a pull-up bar. I mean, I try to get a little bit of exercise every day at least, whether it be push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, stretches. You know, I definitely love to stay active. I also have been trying jujitsu a little bit. There's a new jujitsu place by my building, so it's been kind of fun to just go there and, you know, fight some people. How soon can you expect to be profitable when starting new and drop shipping? I mean, if you're just starting, it's probably going to take a while because there's a lot of things you need to learn. So I wouldn't really go into it with the expectation of being profitable. I would go into it with the expectation of learning a lot of skills that will make you money in the future. But the great thing about it is that if you start with TikTok organic, you really don't need to spend a lot of money. It's pretty awesome. Are you doing jujitsu now? Yeah, bro, I am. I've only gone twice. I've only had 2 sessions so far, but it went great. I mean, it went great in the sense that I liked it. It didn't go great in the sense that, I got my ass beat pretty hard both times. The way that this guy runs this like jujitsu place, it's kind of like a fight club. It seems like Fight Club the movie, how it's kind of like an underground cellar type of vibe. That's how this feels. But yeah, it's been fun though. Like it's been a great experience so far, and I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna stick it out for the long haul. I know this isn't really on topic, but what are your thoughts on high ticket e-commerce? I think high ticket e-commerce is great, bro. I mean, I think it's easier to, well, not easier to sell out more expensive product, but it's easier to make more revenue with more expensive products because, let's say you want to make 1 million with your store. You like if you sell a $400, let's say you sell a $500 product, right? You only need to sell 2,000 of that product uh, in order to make $1 million. So that's kind of the way I view it. Whereas if it was like, $50, you'd have to sell 20,000. So that's a good way to visualize that. That's why I think like the more expensive your product is, the easier it is to make more revenue, but it also may take more skill to actually pull it off. So, this is what I gotta tell you guys. The real secret to business, the real secret to everything from my experience so far is just testing things out. Like, don't overthink things too much. Give things a try and try to create your own research base, right? Based on your own anecdotal experience. Obviously, it's good to learn from other people's experiences, but the best way to learn is from your experience, or at least that's how you're going to learn the deepest. That's what I've learned, at least. I'm not very good at learning from other people's mistakes a lot of times. Like, I have to make the mistake myself in order to really internalize it. But that's a great question though. Don't get me the wrong way. Like, ask whatever questions you guys want, but I don't be surprised if a lot of the times my answer is just like test it out. I know it's a very generic answer in the e-commerce realm, but it's the truth. You just really have to test things out. And sometimes you'll be pleasantly surprised at your results with testing. Sometimes you'll be disappointed with your test, but that's why it's called it's experimentation. And that's why at Ecommerce, that's kind of the whole premise of it. In Ecommerce Lab is to really treat it like a science, bro. Like that's what I'm trying to do is treat this like a science. I've always been huge into science. Like when I was little, I wanted to be an astrophysicist. I loved physics. I loved space and astronomy. I always found it really fascinating. I still do. And then, with e-commerce, I always treated everything like an experiment, like a science experiment, making my own hypotheses, testing them out, creating my own theories, and that's what we do at my company. So that's kind of what I think is a good framework for an e-commerce business or any business. I mean, that's how I treat YouTube as well. And YouTube is a business. Like, let's be honest, building a personal brand is building a business. It's just like a one-person business. So it's pretty cool. Or at least it's helpful to treat it that way, to treat things like, um, to treat things like an experiment. Let's see. Why do you feel like most high-level e-commerce individuals decide to go their own way versus combining value and resources to make a powerhouse ad business? That's actually a great question, bro, because I don't know why people don't do that. I mean, if we look at a lot of the major, huge businesses in the world, like let's say PayPal, right? There's the PayPal mafia that people talk about, which was Elon Musk, like Peter Thiel or whatever, like a bunch of other people. So it was all these brilliant people that combined forces to create this powerhouse of a business. I don't know why e-commerce people don't do that more. I think it's just because egos run high in this space. I think a lot of I don't know. I think it's like hyper competitive in the e-commerce space. Same with like agency stuff. But I think you were seeing a lot more of that now. I think as a lot of the people in the e-com space or like the influencers, I would consider myself one of those people. I think we're all leveling up, right? We're all kind of learning new things, and that's one of those things that you just don't really learn right away is the power of collaboration. And obviously it can be really hard to trust people as well. So it's not an easy thing. So I understand why it doesn't happen too much, but it would be very smart. Prime is a good example. They killed it because they teamed up. You're right, bro. Yeah, Prime is a great example of that. And that was a genius move on Logan Paul's part. I thought that was so smart. I never learned more than when I took action on all my failed stores and campaigns. Everyone gets better. Exactly, bro. Every store gets better. That's a really great way to think about ecom. Um, every store that you make, you're going to get better and better. And I mean, and now you have so many resources. Like we literally created this product, for example, the Shopify Brand Starter Kit, and it's $20 right now. It's on sale. You can check it out in the description. And this is like probably the most valuable resource you could possibly have. And it's literally $20. Like you could not find stuff like this back in the day. When I got started, there was nothing like this. But here's the thing that you get. This is the double-edged sword, is that on one hand, yes, there's more opportunity than ever. There's more information than ever. But that can be a double-edged sword because at the same time, it's preventing people from getting started because there's always something to learn or there's always something to watch, right? There's always a piece of content that feels productive to watch because it's relevant to business. But ultimately, the most productive thing you can do is actually work on your business. I have a hard time doing that myself. Like for me, the easiest thing to do is make videos because I just love it. I don't know why. It's fun making videos. It's fun streaming. It's fun like harboring this community. There's something really fun about it that I've always loved. So it's really easy for me to do. But when I didn't have a team, like I had to choose more. It was like, okay, do I want to focus on ecom or do I want to focus on YouTube, right? But luckily, as you grow and develop, like you build your team, you build your connections, and you can start not treating things as mutually exclusive. Did you know Mavi Gadget? No, I don't. I bought that. Was going to watch the first video tonight, but you're here now. Oh, awesome. That's amazing. When did you start with ecom? 2016, I think. If you, Hayden, Tanner, Sebastian, like a team of 10, 20 really smart individuals teamed up to make a company that develops a massive valuation, that would be smart. Overall, between everyone and their teams, it would be multiple 100 million in ad spend and overall knowledge. Yeah, you're right, bro. I mean, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. And that's an interesting idea, but like again, it sounds great on paper, but in theory, it wouldn't be as perfect as it sounds, especially considering that, like I said, when it comes to ecom and personal brands and business, I feel like egos run very high. It's not like content, it's not like regular content creators, you know what I mean? It's not like regular streamers where they're like more, I don't know, it's more of a competition, it feels like, because people steal business ideas from one another and it can get messy pretty fast. So that would be cool though. I mean, I'm cool with all those people, so I would be more than glad to create a business with all of them. That would be super fun. I would like to, like, maybe some sort of AI business. That'd be cool. How much money do you think you need to start with without TikTok organic? Without TikTok organic, ooh, I mean, not gonna lie, realistically, you probably need at least like 5K. If you don't have 5K, it's gonna be hard to start without TikTok organic because, yeah, man, that's just the realistic budget. I don't want to sell you some dream, but Facebook ads require a lot of money to actually start making money. And that's another secret is that, yeah, if you really want to get good at Facebook ads, unless you get lucky with your product, you're going to have to spend a lot of money to actually learn how to make something work. And that's how scaling works too. Is like a lot of unprofitable days to get to like optimization. And that's what people don't like to talk about because obviously it's not sexy and like you don't want to hear that it's going to take 5K to start your business. But yeah, if you don't want to start with TikTok organic, then you get at least 5K in the bank before you decide. Well, I mean, okay, not before you decide to start, but I'm just saying, like, that's how much you're going to need if you want to start with no TikTok organic or no sort of organic marketing. But again, there's no reason why you should wait. Like, just start with TikTok organic. It's not that big of a deal. Um, Having a hard time finding products, what would you suggest? Well, just keep your eyes open, man. Like, don't, I mean, obviously, don't overthink it in terms of like testing, but keep your eyes open. Keep in mind the general trends in the world. Keep in mind what other, brands are selling. Luckily for you, I make content about this stuff all the time. So you can see what other brands are selling successfully and how. But also, it just takes time to find good products. Like, it's really not easy. And it will take some browsing, but it's not impossible. You know what I mean? And it is worth it to spend the extra time to find good products. Do you have a difficult time separating ego or self-worth from revenue generated? I feel very low self-esteem if I'm not doing 30K minimum in revenue. 30K a minute. Yeah, it is. It is hard to do that. I feel like I was like that for a long time. And as I still kind of am like that sometimes. But at the end of the day, it's like you can't tie your self-worth to your net worth because ultimately, like, who cares how much money you have? It's more about your character than anything else. And even that, I mean, not to be like nihilistic, but it all doesn't really matter at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, how much money you acquired over your life literally has zero meaning at the end of it all. So that's something you got to keep in mind, bro. And I will admit, like last year, for example, or at least like last half of last year, the first half of last year, and even the year before that, I feel like I was trying to chase money super hard. Getting into crypto, getting into like, ventures that didn't really make sense. Just trying to like make money. Cause like you said, I was like, oh, I'm not making like, enough money. I was making maybe like, I don't even know, like probably like 20, even less than 20K a month at that time. And I was like, man, I need to make more money. Like, I'm not being good enough, right? Like, I can't impress anybody with like 15K a month, right? But then I started to realize that was a very dumb way to think, and like it was actually making me really miserable. And this was kind of the time when I was in Arizona too. So it was a good time to reflect on everything. And yeah, with crypto, like yeah, I made some money with crypto. I thought I was making money. I was chasing money. I was like, oh, I made like 60K this month trading crypto and like, with my store and like with this and that. And then yeah, like in the next few months I like lost all of it. It was pretty stupid ultimately. But it was all because of that. What you're saying right now. I was having this ego about how much money I was making, and I think it just made me make so many bad decisions. But then last year it was like, okay, time to really lock in, right? And I kind of rethought everything. I kind of restructured my business. I kind of created my business again. I kind of scratched everything, and built it not with like, yeah, money in mind. Obviously, I'm trying to make a ton of money. I'm trying to make like hundreds of millions of dollars, let's say. But that's not like my day-to-day goal. You know what I mean? My day-to-day goal is just to do things right, like have fun, be happy, or like, work out, stay healthy, little things, right? Make content, learn. And I feel like the more that I do this, like the more that I've been doing this, first of all, like my channel started to pop off more, because I don't know, I guess I was more creative or something. I think YouTube Shorts played a big part in that. And then second of all, I started to make way more money. So I don't know. I think we talked about that with Luke in the podcast, but he said something like, yeah, like when you're chasing money, chasing fame, whatever it is, like it by definition, it's running away from you. And I know that sounds corny, but it's kind of true. So the more that you just focus on yourself and, you know, becoming of value, whether it be by learning more, building skills, meeting people, the more money you're going to make. Like it's kind of just natural. 30 a month minimum. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, I I make more than 30K a month now, and I will say like, yeah, it feels fucking great. It feels awesome because you're chilling, like it's kind of like a freedom number, I would say. But before that, even like I don't know, I definitely would feel bad sometimes. But everything is about perspective, bro. Because there's people literally on the streets that have nothing. They have nothing. Not even families, like literally nothing, bro. So it really is all about perspective. Even as cliche as it sounds, that's definitely helpful to think about and putting things into perspective. And like, just remember, bro, there's people that like work on something for like 10 years before seeing any sort of result, you know? So don't worry, bro. Don't attach your ego to, well, first of all, don't attach your ego to anything. Just live your life and like do things you love. Try to live a life of virtue. I think that's good advice. I mean, I'm still young. I'm 26, so I really don't know anything. I'm trying to give you guys advice out of my own personal experience, whatever it's worth. But yeah, man, I think we all go through these crazy journeys and we all have a lot of things in common, despite us being in like different, stages of our journeys. And there's people paying 50K a day to stay in an Airbnb, so staying humble is important as well. The spectrum is crazy. It is crazy, bro. I think about that sometimes. Like, there's people making tens of like millions a month, and then there's people that have nothing. It's just crazy. What profit margin do you suggest in order to scale ads successfully? I mean, at least I will say, like, if you're only targeting the US, for example, I've never seen, or at least not in a long, long time, I haven't seen like results like under $15 cost per purchase. Like an acquisition cost below $15 is super hard to achieve on Meta, but $20, so $20 and above, I would say $20 is more manageable. How hard is it getting into the clothing brand niche? It's hard, probably. I mean, I've never done it successfully, but at the same time, I think if you can, the good thing about fashion is that it's ever changing, right? So, and also that everybody wears clothes. So your TAM, your total addressable market, is big. And there's also a lot of ways to be unique and target even like specific niches. So I think the clothing niche is actually great, personally. I think it's a good one, but it's probably hard. Like, I think the hardest part about it is probably logistics, you know, sizings, shipping, inventory, all that stuff is tough. That stuff is really hard. I mean, that's the thing. Like, that's why I watch this podcast a lot, the My First Million podcast. And that's a lot. One of the things that they talk about is like, they say ecom businesses are probably one of the hardest to start. Um, and it's true. It is hard, but that doesn't make it not worth it, in my opinion. I think if anything, it's more worth it for that reason because you're learning more, right? It's harder. So it kills off a lot of the competition instantly, but then also you learn so much from it. Um, but yeah, I love this podcast. In fact, I was thinking of watching a few clips with you guys, but we may not have enough time tonight. I'm taking a look at an ad account on the other screen because I was looking at so it's kind of cool because at Akemi now we have literally 8-figure brands that we're working with, which, I've never seen shit like that before. And looking behind the scenes, I'm just like, whoa, this is crazy. And it's just so much learning. But I'll tell you from that experience, like, even at that level, $20 cost per purchase on Meta it's really good. It's super good. So try to be above that if you can, like in terms of profit. My only problem with TikTok organic is it takes a lot of time per day to make the content. Any tips? I mean, there's nothing. Yeah, it does take a lot of time per day. There's nothing you can do about that. You just got to put in the work, bro. But you don't have to make TikToks every day. I mean, I don't think that's true. I think you can be strategic about it, and you'll be good. Count your blessings. One day you will be amazed how much you have. Yeah, that's actually really good advice. Like, instead of like thinking about all the things that you're missing, right? Like, I'm not making enough money. I don't know. I'm not like fit enough. I'm not cute enough, whatever. Like, I don't have enough friends. I don't have whatever. Like, yeah, think about your blessings. Think more about what you do have. So count your blessings more than you count the things that you're missing in life. I think that's amazing advice. Especially because one day it will all be gone. There's no avoiding that. That's probably the only guarantee in life. So count your blessings. I'm 26 as well. Oh, that's awesome, bro. Thanks for your wisdom, Ari. I had to stay hotel to hotel and pay 100, barely making 100 a day. Finally in an apartment, dedicating my time and income to dropshipping. Your content has really helped. That's awesome, bro. Congrats, man. Climbing up from a hole. I mean, that's the great thing about rock bottom, is the only way you can go is up. So good stuff, bro. All right, do you have any personal experience in the home improvement niche? Higher ticket items that hold high perceived value? No, but I love that. I mean, that's a great niche. I had an idea before to start some sort of like home decor brand because I'm really into interior design and like aesthetically pleasing furniture and stuff like that. But I never went through with it. I think it's great though. But yeah, there's a ton of opportunity in that niche, in my opinion. Yeah, I've heard that clothing brands get a lot of chargeback due to sizing. I could see that for sure. Have you checked the dropshipping Google trend lately? It's interesting to see how much it dropped. Oh, I actually haven't. I'll look it up for you here. That's great news, bro. I can't if it actually did drop, that's going to be awesome. Okay, let's see. Bro, this is so like it is not dropping. This is the strongest trend of all time. This is so nuts, bro. I mean, it has dropped a lot now, but it always drops off after Q4 because you got to think about it. Like, Q4, people are going crazy scaling their stores. This is up only, man. This is up only. Past 12 months, that makes a lot of sense that it would drop off. Let's see past 5 years though. Ooh, yeah, it did drop off a lot. But like I said, it's just really Q1. It always peaks. Like look at every year. Peaked. So last year, it peaked in December and then went all the way back down again, and then it picked back up. So I could see this going back up to like here next year. So again, guys, use this as urgency. Like more people are gonna get involved in this, and they're probably gonna be more motivated than you because whenever you first learn about something, it's like way more exciting. Um, Long term, yeah, you're right, but shorter term, I was looking. Yeah, that's really interesting though. But that's why I'm telling, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I first had like my first super pop off store, like 6-figure a month store, it was in February. That was like my first 6-figure month. Revenue was February of like 2017 or 2018. It was 2018. So that actually makes a lot of sense. Why, after looking at this chart, is because right now people aren't as interested, which means it's a good time. It's like, buy the dip. Buy the dip with your time. Put in your time now. Don't wait until it's hot again. Honestly, market psychology really does apply to business. So that's something to keep in mind. What watch is this? This is a Tissot PRX. It's a really clean fucking watch. It's not like super fancy, but it looks so nice. I love it. I love it. It just does what I want a watch to do. It makes me feel official. It's like pretty clean. I feel like a boss wearing it. But it's not something that, like, let's say if I lost it, I'll be sad, but I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. Have you tried scaling through affiliates with your brand? No, but this is what I'm gonna dive deep into soon, because you guys don't know this, but I have a bit of a surprise for you. This week, I'll be posting an interview that I did with Oliver from Tabs. So I did an interview with this guy. He's the co-founder of Tabs, and they're fucking killing it. They've done like over $1 million in profit in the last few years. And yeah, so I'll be dropping this week. And guys, he gave us a lot of crazy sauce. And one of the biggest, sauciest things that he mentioned was scaling through affiliates. He said that he told us exactly how he built an affiliate network and community that did over 500K in the last quarter, or like in the last like 5 months. So that's going to be crazy. And it got me so excited on affiliate marketing. So I'll be launching an affiliate opportunity, obviously, for Ecommerce Lab. So you guys should stay, up to date on that. Join the Discord. You'll definitely be able to get the latest news on that, but also for my ecom projects, or our ecom projects. So at Ecommerce, we're building internal brands now. That's what I'm focusing in a lot this year too. So cutting off a lot of clients, only working with 8-figure brands, and then using the remaining free labor that we have to just really build our own brands. Like, I don't want to work with any like 6-figure brands anymore. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to build my brand. So we got the team. Let's just do it. So that's what we're doing now. What's your spiritual view or philosophy on life? What's some wisdom you've learned from life? That's a fully loaded question, but I'll try to answer it to the best of my abilities, like one by one. My spiritual view on life, I'll be honest with you. So I grew up in a Jewish family. My dad's side of the family, which is, it was kind of the more dominant family side, I guess, growing up. So I was around them a lot more. They're Jewish. And, that's kind of like how I was brought up, I guess. But ever since I was little, and yes, the Discord is free, by the way. But ever since I was little, I was always rebellious. Like not rebellious in the sense that I was like trying to get in trouble and stuff, but I just always questioned everything. Like I was just such a smart ass. I would like always think of weird things. Like I just always wanted to have like an original idea, and I didn't want to like just follow the crowd. So for some reason, I just always hated religion. Always hated it when growing up, even though my parents were like big into it. And then yeah, in high school it was even worse, right? Like as a teenager, I was even worse because now I was smarter. I knew more about the world. I moved from Chile to the US when I was 11. So that like completely shattered my worldview, and it completely changed my perspective on everything even more. So then I got even more agnostic. I was like, there's no God. Like, I'm convinced. I told you guys, I got super into science. I mean, I was always big into science, but I was like, man, screw all, like, there's no way this is all real. Religion is fake. Like, it's all a plan. It's part of a plan. It's part of, like, a way to control people, make money, oppress people. And I mean, in history, we have seen a lot of evidence of that. But the funny thing is that the older I get, and not just the older I get, but just like the more people I meet, the more technology advances, the more I'm becoming like, just I'm starting to really question, all of those thoughts that I had as a child and even like growing up. And I'm starting to really think more about intelligent design. And what I mean by that is, even with AI, like it just really makes me believe that there's intelligent life outside of the universe, whether it's God, whether it's like, a Catholic God, a Hindu God, an Islam God. I don't know, but it does make me believe that that's true. And I've always felt innately, like I've always felt an intuition about just being a good person and being kind. I don't think it has, maybe it has something to do with like a powerful God, but I think it was just more so like empathy. I feel like I've always been very empathetic. I feel like I can really feel like I can really feel the room. I feel like a dog or something, or like a cat. I feel like animals are very intuitive to like how people feel, and that's how I've always felt. So I've never tried to judge anyone that believes in any religion. In fact, I'm always super curious. Like you guys would find it funny, but my team members are like very different. Like I have some team members that are Muslim, some that are Hindu, and I just love talking to them about it because they're just so, man, I don't know. There's so much wisdom in religion. So I view it so differently now, as whereas before I was so against it and I saw it as an evil, bad thing. Now I look at it as like a beautiful thing, and just something that there's so much to learn from. And yeah, maybe something more that's more needed than I ever expected. But yeah, that's kind of my take on that. I mean, that was a fully loaded question, so I gave you a fully loaded answer. Uh, and yeah, that's just my honest, raw opinion. Um, but yeah, some wisdom that I've learned from life is basically, I think one of the biggest pieces of wisdom is just like the idea of persistence. Yep. Okay. So Ganesh and Shiva. Yeah, that's what I was learning about this weekend or yesterday. One of my team members, he's Hindu, and he's like, "Bro, you gotta read this, bro. You gotta read this. Like, Hindu is the truth." So I got into it a little bit, and it was very interesting. Um, I'll continue to study it. I still need to read the Bible. I really want to read the Bible. I've never read it, but I read, obviously I do know a decent amount about history. Um, and I have friends that are very religious, so I've learned a lot through them as well. But yeah, I feel like I'm just getting started on my spiritual journey, even though I've always like felt a lot of things. So yeah, um, I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, for me, one of the biggest pieces of wisdom in my life has been just the idea of persistence. I don't know why that is. I think maybe um, I first felt that playing video games, just like playing World of Warcraft as a little kid. I played that game when I was like 8 or 9. Like when it first came out, I had an older brother, and he was super into gaming and PCs and like counterculture and stuff like that. So I feel like he influenced me a lot when I was little. And playing World of Warcraft, I like just saw the idea of like progressing, like the more time I put in, the more I level up, the more, and I was dumb. Like I didn't even know how to like do quests to get more XP and stuff like that. I would literally just kill monsters. Like that was like the most inefficient way to level up. But I noticed like, oh, well, if I spend 5 hours killing monsters, I'll probably level up. So the idea of persistence got ingrained in my brain like very early on, and like I feel like that's been the biggest blessing and the biggest piece of wisdom that I can give somebody is like just don't undervalue the power of persistence over time. And I mean that's literally the story of my life, bro. Like with skating, that's how I got really good at skating. With like playing the guitar, I'm pretty good. I mean, I'm not amazing, but I'm definitely like above average. Um, Same with a lot of video games that I love. Like I try to become above average, and it's all just through being persistent. Like I'm not really, you know, I'm not like gifted at these things. It's just the fact that I really like them and I just do it a lot. Same with YouTube, same with ecom, same with everything. Um, he's dropshipping max wisdom. That's funny as hell. Ganesh and Shiva are so dope. True source. They will empower your business, make you more intelligent, intuitive, and master your mind through meditation. Yeah, man. I mean, I can't wait to get more into it. I just started to look into it, and it's fascinating. Millionaires aren't spiritual. Billionaires are spiritual. That's actually facts. A lot of the billionaires are, have studied all these things, and it's really interesting. I mean, that's something that you wouldn't really think about. But yeah, it would be naive to think like it's just funny how as a kid I was just so much more egotistical in the way that I thought. I was like, there's just no way that there's this, right? Where I just feel like that's now I realize that's a really naive way to think. Like, to think everything is kind of embarrassing almost. But it is what it is. That's how you evolve as a person. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Kai Cenat, he just surpassed the Twitch record for subscribers. This is actually a big cultural moment in the internet history, in streaming history, so that's why I'm talking about it. But that's huge, bro. I mean, 300,000 Twitch subscribers. Like, do you know how much that is? Twitch subscribers to money. So anywhere from $5 to $25 a month, and there's 300,000. So he's doing probably over $1 million a month now through Twitch subs. Pretty unbelievable. Take 5Gs of mushrooms. I've done mushrooms before, and it was pretty awesome. Same, played it like Final Fantasy. Nice. What to do? Shopify developer looking to start development agency at some point, but Shopify dropshipping is looking more attractive. Do you recommend I start a store or stick to starting an agency? That's a good question. I think you should start a store. I'm a big believer. I think ecom is just a great way to learn. I think starting an agency is also a good idea. And I think it's good to focus, but I think both of those things are not mutually exclusive. You could build your agency if it's Shopify related while you build your store and use that cash flow to fund your business, to fund your store. But I will say, spend more time than you think making sure that your products are good. That's just like so foundational, and it sounds so simple, but it's just something that is going to pay off so much more if you just make sure that your products are good. Billionaires understand the simulation. Yeah, I mean, that's how I felt when AI, like when I started really using AI and just like, I don't know, it just tripped me out. It kind of made me feel like, okay, there's for sure intelligent life outside of the universe. And that's just a weird like concept to think about. Let me see. Do you think TikTok ads are any cheaper? Actually, so yeah, CPMs are a bit cheaper, but the thing about TikTok ads is that if you're not ready to produce TikTok content, do not go with TikTok ads. That's my take. We do TikTok ads for clients, but I'm telling you, like, Facebook ads are just so much better. It's so much more worth it to get good at, in my opinion. one creative on TikTok will last you like a week or two. A creative on Facebook, like to give you an example, we've spent like we work with this brand, for example, that has spent over $1 million on a single creative, and it's not even that good. Um, and it's made them like $6 million. That's fucking crazy. You would not that will not happen on TikTok. I guarantee you that. So that's something interesting. That's something to keep in mind. But yeah, and by the way, I mean I'm not trying to shill my course here, but the Ultimate Shopify Brand Starter Kit does come with a course. I vouch for this product so much. I think this is the most valuable product in all of ecom right now, especially at this price. Like that is insane, and I'm really happy about it. Like that's kind of the mission now. Is I'm just trying to make a Chemilab like very affordable, but still making it, you know, making things not necessarily free because I make a lot of free content, but also it kind of motivates you more when you pay for things. As dumb as that sounds, it's true. Like trust me, guys. Like even when it comes to agency stuff, whenever we have people that we've made deals with people, I'm not gonna name any names, but we work with some celebrities or a celebrity that's like huge, and we're because of that, I was like, oh, let's just offer them a revenue split deal. Like we'll just work for free. Bro, when people get something for free, they do not take it as seriously, even at the highest level. So yeah, that's just an interesting example that I've ran into in my life. But yeah, everything we're doing is super affordable. So like this thing is crazy because we give you a template, we give you a store and the course, and you get Shopify for $1 a month for 3 months. It's actually insane. A productivity tracker. So this is another thing. It's like, I mean, I'll show you in this video quick. Hey guys, it's like, it's kind of like this. It's just like, it just helps you stay consistent with your goals. You obviously don't need it. Personally, I don't use it. I just have like a journal. You know, this is how I kind of stay on track with my goals, or stay organized. But it will definitely help you if you're starting from, you know, ground zero. What kind of store do you build in that kit? Yeah, so basically the store comes with a template just like this one. It's just an optimized template where you just kind of plug in your information, just how it says here, like state the second main benefit of the product, say your third main benefit, and it just looks super clean, like high converting. We've used the same template on like 100K plus store. That's why demo store. So yeah, on this store, and it's converted at 5%. So the template works. And then what you can do is we also have content in there that shows you, hold on, let me find it. This one, how to use ChatGPT to assist you on your store. So basically, you know, like you just put in, okay, state your main benefit. Just it shows you how to ask ChatGPT for all the information you need on the template. So then you just fill it out. And yeah, it shows you how to find products and stuff like that too. But that's not really the main thing. And you can find a lot of this stuff on my YouTube channel. I have so many videos, but there is a lot more in there though. It's a lot more in depth. So I recommend it. I vouch for it. I hope to sell a lot of those and help a lot of people get started with their business and side hustle. That's how I started everything. That's a big thing that I want to emphasize is I'm actually not a big believer in just like going all in when you're just starting, because it's just not going to work out. Like, trust me, it's actually probably going to be detrimental because you're going to fail and then you're going to feel just like so defeated. I think you should start as a side hustle. Start your store as a side hustle, and then and then eventually make it so that it can overtake whatever it is that you're doing in the meantime. So I think pursuing a job is a great idea, like working a job while you work on your e-com store. I'm telling you, it makes your job better. Like that's how I did it. It made my job better because I felt like this money that I was earning, it wasn't just like money that I was saving up. It was money that was gonna fuel my side hustle, that I knew would eventually turn into a full-time thing. Um, so yeah, I think that's good advice. At least it's served me well. Um, yeah, I have a spiritual service. I did it for free. No one respects it. Charge for your time, and it shows yourself and your others. Yeah, exactly, bro. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. I think streaming is a little bit different. Like, I don't mind streaming and giving you guys my time. I don't even view it that way, because I feel like we're building a stronger bond and connection, and it's fun. I mean, I love talking about these things, so it's like an excuse to talk about things, watch content. It's awesome. Do you enjoy running your agency or selling digital products to help people get started in e-commerce the most? Yeah, bro. I genuinely do. Like, I I enjoy my YouTube channel the most. Out of everything I do, this is what I love the most. This is like the thing that I enjoy the most. Um, so that's why I've decided to build businesses around it. But the great thing, the reason I'm so blessed now is because I've evolved as an entrepreneur to the point where now I have a great team. We're literally like the Straw Hat Pirates in One Piece. I make this analogy a lot because this is literally my team right here, bro. Um, so I can like now we can build, like now we can really build. And I know that this is like I'm the only one that can make this content, right? So it's fine for me to focus on this. And then I just meet with my team daily. We talk every day on everything in terms of like the stores, the clients, the digital product. But yes, this is a good way to put it. Do I enjoy running my agency or selling digital products to help people get started? Oh, okay. So which one do I enjoy the most? That's a good question. I enjoy. That's a good question, bro. I think I like them equally. Akemi, the agency though, is way harder, bro. Way harder. Like way harder. It's not even close, bro. It's not even close how much harder the agency is than selling digital products. Because digital products, it just ships instantly. You already did the work. You don't do more work after you have it done. I mean, for the Chemi Lab template, you do a little more. Oh wait, no, this is something else. We do a little more. Like we have to like send you the store, but it's basically automated now. So it's just so much easier. And that's why I think Tanner Plains, what he's doing with digital drop shipping, I think it's a great idea. I think it's awesome because shipping a digital product is so much easier than it is a real product, a physical product. So yeah, this is probably like if I had to rank in my businesses in terms of what I enjoy the most. I mean, I would say this is what I enjoy the most, like the agency, working with like huge clients. It's just crazy how much you learn from that. So I enjoy that the most, and it's just fun, like working with people. But this is probably the easiest business, because again, it's just like it's a digital product, so it instantly ships. But keep in mind, both of these are on Shopify. All of my businesses are on Shopify. Even my agency, the agency is on Shopify, straight up. It's a Shopify store. And we've sold like let me show you actually, because we're actually not doing this anymore. We stopped because it's just way too labor intensive. Maybe in the future we will again, but we do custom landing page designs, and yes, we've serviced some pretty big names. And yeah, it's all on Shopify. Like we just run this entire thing on Shopify. So that was kind of my mission, and that's actually something I want to work on in the future. Is like, well, not work on, but I want to advocate more for service-based businesses to get on Shopify as well. I'm just a huge Shopify guy, I guess, But yeah, so all the businesses are on Shopify. The e-commerce stores are on Shopify. The lab, the Chemi Lab is on Shopify, and the agency is on Shopify as well. And yeah, I love One Piece, bro. I'm on episode. I mean, I'm not even done with it yet. Not gonna lie, I'm on episode like 985 or something, but I'm getting close. It's actually crazy to say how many episodes there are in One Piece. Okay, so let me go back to a few questions. Do you sell on Amazon too? No, so I currently don't sell on Amazon, but some of our clients sell on Amazon. And man, Amazon is a hack. But I will say, like, don't even worry about Amazon until you've already done like probably 1 million in sales with your store. Otherwise, you're just kind of wasting your time. In my opinion, that's just my opinion, though. I like being told to zoom out because my view on dropshipping was too short term. To be honest, what else? Who else is going to tell me that? No one. Yeah, bro, exactly. Like, zoom out. I'm telling you, it's just not gonna happen right away, but it's so worth it and it's so fun, like, to build something. And also, don't let people tell you that dropshipping is a bad business model or something. That's such cap. The only reason people say that is because they just don't understand. I mean, obviously there's bad actors. There's no denying that, but it's just like saying crypto's a scam, right? No, crypto's not a scam. There's a ton of crypto scams, but it's not a scam. Dropshipping, there's a ton of dropshipping scammers, but it's not a scam. You can build a really cool business through it. I mean, there's so many businesses that have been running for years that dropship. And let's say somebody gives you the argument that it's super wasteful. Bro, a single Amazon store produces more waste than any dropshipping store ever will. That's the whole cold hard truth. That's the pill people gotta swallow. If you go to any package room in an apartment building, everything is from Amazon, and they'll ship even the tiniest little thing in huge boxes. It's free returns, and sure, yeah, it's all great for the customer, whatever, but it's awful for the environment, obviously. And so, yeah, that's another thing. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I think dropshipping gets a bad rep just because there's a lot of bad actors, and a lot of people sell the dream, right? Like, the gurus kind of ruined it. At least the image. The gurus and the scammers ruined the image of dropshipping. But I think it's just like such a blessing of a business model for someone who's just trying to get their feet off the ground when it comes to starting their business. And you can build it super fucking far. Like, I'm telling you, like, some of the clients that we service that have done 10 million and above in sales, those stores have started out dropshipping and now they are just huge. So yeah, that's like one of those things you got to keep in mind. So put the blinders on, build your business. Don't think of it as a drop shipping store. Think of it as a business, but you're using drop shipping because it's just a very streamlined way to build your business. How important will the content be, UGC, in 2023 when ads and targeting is being more and more automated? Dude, okay, it is super important. Content is the most important thing. But I also want to mention that ads and targeting, even though it is becoming more automated, it's never a bad idea to test targeting. It's never a bad idea because people will tell you it's a bad idea. I don't know who decided that. I think it's personally out of laziness because how the fuck can an agency manage 20 clients if they're testing interest all the time? So of course it's so much easier to just launch one audience, done, right? But you could do that yourself. You don't need an agency to do that. It's a great idea to test different targeting, like different segments of people, different interests, different countries. Those are great things to do. And yes, also different ads. But that's what that's why a lot of agencies get shitty results and a lot of people get shitty results. Broad targeting works great, but there's no reason not to test different targeting. I mean, you're going to find pockets of people that convert at a pretty great ROAS doing that. It's not the most important, though. Content is definitely the most important. I've been watching you 3 days ago. I've been binge watching nonstop. Love your content, dude. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. That's really sweet of you. It's always exciting to see new subscribers that are excited about the channel. I mean, my channel is so unique and I hope to be able to grow significantly. I mean, I think my goal now is just I truly see a future in streaming, and because it really creates the perfect content that I like to make. It's super raw and authentic. So I feel like I'm going to try to give this a really good effort. I'm going to try to stream really consistently, make a ton of content out of it, hopefully get a team of people that can repurpose a lot of it and create clips and things of that nature. but continue to make it really interesting and business related. So we'll see how it goes. I still think you guys are early in terms of like the channel. Like it's I consider it still in its infancy stage. If I order the starter kit, can y'all make the store location UK in the setup so I can use my UK bank account? Yeah, so we transfer ownership to you, and then you can set that up pretty easily. Do you agree with Luke Belmar about the market bottom being around Q3 2023? Um, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. I could see the market not bottoming yet because look at um this chart, bro. I mean, it's just deadly accurate. Like I feel like this is where we're at. So, we went through this, blah blah blah. Oh no, boom. And then this is kind of what happened. I feel like this is kind of where we're at now. So somewhere here, or maybe even here, maybe here. But yeah, I still think we gotta get to here. We're probably here. We're probably like right here, and then yeah. So I could see us bottoming like later in the year. How do I promote and bring more sales to my small Etsy store? Etsy ads, bro. Etsy ads are stupid dumb, like to run. It's like the easiest thing that you could run. Just set it at like $100 a day. Like, don't be scared. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with ads. The secret to running ads is to not be scared to run ads. Just put your budget, set your budget high. Don't do $10 a day on Etsy because on Etsy, it's not gonna spend the full budget. First of all, it's not gonna spend the full budget. So make it a high budget, and that's how you beat the competition. So do that on Etsy. Just if you want to get more traffic, just run ads. Spend $100 a day on ads on Etsy, and you'll drive more sales and traffic. Trust me. As an agency owner, what do you recommend working with high value clients? It's so hard to work with high value clients or to get high value clients when you're just starting. It's like virtually impossible. So I would just suggest you do work for free for them. I mean, I know it does suck to say that because, like, again, I was just going on a rant earlier about how when you work for free, people don't appreciate it, blah, blah, blah. And that's true, but you also got to remember there's just so much competition out there. So you want to showcase like, if you don't have any sort of results, any sort of anything, right? Like, you're not going to be able to get those clients unless you are able to work for free and show them the value that you're going to bring. But now, yeah, so I did a lot. So we did a lot of work for low end clients last year, built up a ton of results. And now we basically trimmed all the fat. Now we're only working with the high value clients so that we can also now that we'll have time to actually build our own brands too. It's hard though. It's hard. I mean, I don't know the answer to it, to be honest with you. I'm still figuring it out myself, but I will tell you it's much high value clients are much better. It's just so much easier. Or not easier. It's the same amount of work, but you get more benefit from it. Hello, bro. Have you tried running Facebook ads on the phone? No, I haven't. Advice on networking and favorite thing about networking. I mean, when it comes to networking, it's really just all about like interacting online. You'll be surprised, bro. Like one of the guys on my team right now, he's basically running like one of our e-commerce projects. I kind of put him in charge of it, and we just, collaborate on things daily. Like he'll brief me in on everything. I'll give him my, 2 cents on things, etc. This guy, bro, like he's been following my channel for years, and I always see his face and I recognize it. Like that's the thing. The more you engage with people, they will start to recognize you. Especially if you're being like nice, that's the trick. It's not, when it comes to networking, don't think about like gaining things, just think about like being like just interacting with people and like being cool. I know that sounds like weird advice, but it's just like not appealing when you see somebody just constantly asking you for things. And especially when you don't know that know them, and especially when there's like 20 other people doing the same exact thing. So just try to interact with people. That's really it. Like, be yourself. If you're interested in something, give your opinion, provide input, help them out, help people out. That's actually way better. Instead of trying to ask people for things, try to do things for them, even without them asking. Like, that's a great piece of networking advice, in my opinion. And I think that's the best thing you could do, is just do things for people without them asking, interact with their communities, help people out in their communities, help them out whenever possible, and you'll start meeting people. I'm telling you, like, some of the people that work with me now, like, they probably like I consider them like homies now, almost. Like, I feel like they're my friends, and it's all because they just interacted with my community, and like I saw them there a lot, and they were just cool. They weren't like constantly trying to get things from me. It was kind of the opposite. They were like trying to help me as much as possible. So I saw that and I was like, it intrigued me, and now we're friends. So I think that's the best advice for networking. Don't try to network in the traditional sense. Try to just be yourself, be creative, be cool, be just a friendly guy. Don't ask for anything. Don't ask for much, I guess. Like, you can ask for things. Like, if you want something, you should ask for it. But don't try to take things away from people, basically. Try to just provide value to them. I know that's maybe a little bit generic, but it's true. What's your max client load so far, and what have you found the most valuable for finding and onboarding good clients for your agency? I mean, dude, straight, like, right now, my goal would be to really only have like 3 or 4 clients, and that's it. And like, the goal would be for all of them to pay us like 30K a month. And that's good. That's it. But the max that we've gotten to is like 14, 15 clients, and it was awful, bro. It's just not fun. Sure, like, you don't even make more money is the thing, because you got to hire more people if you want to provide a good service. And if you don't want to hire more people, then yeah, you're going to overwork your team and yourself, and you're going to end up losing clients, losing money, having more headaches, more stress. It's not good. But yeah, that's at least but that's the thing, bro. It's like, you got to remember, every business is a little bit different. There's really no cookie cutter approach to anything. So take this with a grain of salt, right? That's just my experience so far with the agency game. I probably should make more content about agency stuff, because it may be helpful for people. Because my agency is successful. Obviously, I did have the personal brand, though, and results before I started an agency. So that made it a lot easier. But that's really what you need. I mean, nothing speaks more than results. So try to get results. And if you don't have results now, then yeah, you probably will have to work for free a little bit to learn the skill, build the results, and yeah, go from there. Okay. So let's see. Big Mom is my favorite. Yeah, Big Mom is so funny in One Piece. Do you remember King Kong? Of course, bro. Chris was I knew Chris for a long time. Rest in peace. Bro, when you are on Google Trends, what interest value number is high enough for you to consider your product in demand? I mean, I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest. But like, when I look at a trend like pizza oven, for example, I just see that it's growing in demand, and I'm like, oh wow, this is great. I mean, to me, like, this is nothing more than just confirmation. It gives me confidence in an idea more than anything. But it really, like, beyond that, it doesn't actually give you concrete proof that something's gonna work. It just gives you more data to make an educated decision. And that's something that in the Academy Lab Discord we're actually doing, is we're providing breakout trends. I'll show you guys. This is the paid server, though, and it's not open yet technically. But that's that's what we're doing. It's like, we're giving you some trend ideas here with some explanations and categories, not because it's like a sure proof way to find a winning product, but because it'll just give you a good idea of like what people are looking for, like kind of general trends in the world for products and ideas, so that you can have more confidence going into building your business. Gotta go. Great stream, great content. Thanks, bro. Peace. Um, let's see. Let me see some more questions, bro. Oh yeah. Uh, I see you at 3.4 mil by the end of the year. If that's really what you wanted, that would, yeah. I mean, I think it's possible. I don't really have any sort of goal like that right now. I'm just trying to stay locked in, to be honest with you. Like, just I'm trying to keep doing the things I'm doing, and things are going very well. We've cleared. This was a great month for us at the company overall, and I think if we just keep doing it, yeah, man. I mean, sky's the limit. We could definitely do multiple millions if we stay locked in just cold hard profits. But we're just gonna keep going. Ooh, shout out to Dennis for the donation. That's something I'm thinking of doing, by the way. Is like enabling super fans. I don't know. It seems like a cool thing to have. But how can I contact you personally? Yeah, Instagram, email is good too. But Instagram's probably the best thing. Just tell me what's your Instagram. Thank you for the answer. Portable ice baths have been popping off as of late. Yeah, bro, for sure. And this is actually a really great niche, because think about the people who are gonna be really buying this are high, like middle and above middle class people. Like, they have money to blow, is basically what I'm saying. And people who are really health conscious tend to have more money, more disposable income. So, those are great business sectors, and you can get creative. You don't have to necessarily sell a tub, right? Like, you could sell an ebook talking about the benefits of this, or creative ways to approach a similar idea, maybe not through an ice bath, but through cold showers and like, I don't know, running outside. I have no idea, but you know what I mean? Like, you can get creative with it. Yeah. But yeah, by the way, the server is free, guys. It is free. There is a paid section, which is just this right here. It's just some assets. It's like a networking lounge, stuff like that. There's a round table. Sometimes we do calls, but this is the free section. It's like almost the entire server is free. And I engage in there all the time. Like, look, we do weekly meetings. Zach is our community manager. He's in here like constantly engaging with the community. My whole team is a part of the server as well, so you'll see them here and there. And there's people always just like engaging. So like, this guy, for example. Have I looked into Etsy dropshipping? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely have looked into Etsy dropshipping. I mean, it's interesting, but I still think it's just a better idea to build a bit like a Shopify store. And then once you do that, then, onboard some of those products onto Etsy, because there are Etsy integrations. So, like, for example, with this, so I still think it's a better idea to start on Shopify and then just import your products to Etsy, as opposed to just running on Etsy. Because what happens if Etsy bans you, right? Like, you're screwed. So I think this is a better idea. And it's something I'm going to start applying as well to some of the projects that we're building. But I'm practicing what I preach in terms of like, I'm not focusing in on it yet. I don't want to distract myself from the mission, which we're just focusing on Facebook ads and Shopify right now. But it is a great opportunity, So don't neglect it. Keep an eye on it, but focus on your store first and your brand, Ari, what is the best strategy to scale a product on Facebook? So the best strategy, I mean, I'm looking. I was actually analyzing another ad account right now. I have a couple of things pulled up from a different ad account that we're running, and like really, I mean, one of the most fundamental pieces of scaling knowledge that you need to know is that in order to scale, you need to spend more money. You just need to spend more money. You're not going to scale with ads without spending more. So that's one of the things you gotta keep in mind, bro. It's like if you want to make more money and you're just running ads, obviously there's a million ways you could run more traffic without ads, but let's just make it super simple. You're running ads, you have Facebook ads, and you have a Shopify store. How do you scale? You spend more money on your Facebook ads. Now, the best way to do it is to consistently start spending more and more. So this is my favorite approach, is like not going from, 0 to 100 in a couple days, but going from 0 to 1, 1 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 to 24, and go this way. I think this is a better approach. And the best way to do that is just, again, be conscious of how much you're spending every day. Let's say you start 10 ad sets at $5 a day each, right? To test your product. That's going to be $50 a day. So day one goes by. You got a sale. So don't do it. Don't spend any more until you get a sale. But once you get a sale, if you get sales, then add some ad sets, add some new ad sets. So now you're going to be spending $60 a day. And then you just keep doing this every day based on the results that you're getting, right? So let's say one of the interests got a sale that is like really, it's like anime related. Then make more, test new animes. And then slowly but surely over a week, like if you do this every day, before you know it, you're going to be spending $100 a day. So your store is going to start scaling up. And then now you have more data to work with. So now you can take some of that, let's say the one piece interest is like at 10 ROAS. Now you can scale that up, right? You can you can double the budget on that, continue to test new things, double the budget on the things that are working, put your winning interest in a CBO. That's a great thing to test out for scaling. If it doesn't work, turn it off, go back to the drawing board, keep increasing budgets of your assets that are winning, testing new interest. Then you can start testing new creatives. And you see what I mean? Like things start building, like you start building up your ad spend. And that's how you scale. And then you just keep doing that over and over again for months. And you scale your business. Yeah, it does take a long time. It does take some meticulous effort. Facebook ads are definitely not like as passive as people make them out to be. I fall into that trap sometimes. Like I'm a perpetrator in spreading a little bit of the dream that, Facebook ads are like passive income, but it is way less work than like making content constantly on TikTok. That's for sure. Like, I mean, it'll take maybe 30 minutes to an hour a day to manage that stuff on Facebook. But yeah, the more consistent you are, the better. Hello, are you still talking to Saint Germain? Yeah, I actually just played some Valorant games with him earlier today. So big flex, but Saint Germain is one of my best homies. He's just living life, being the man. He's gifted. He's just a brilliant guy. Have you looked into Etsy? Oh yeah, we already answered that. I'm all in on my brand like Alex Becker. Hell yeah, bro. Alex Becker is such a G. But he's another great example of like, yeah, you saw him go all in on his brand, right? But he wasn't always doing that. He was like an all-out guru for a very long time. Like he was selling a course. He was selling a different Market Hero, which was an email marketing software. He's doing consulting. He was doing all these things, right? YouTube, etc. And then he condensed everything into just high rows, focused up. But even then, he was still making YouTube videos. He still did the Neo Tokyo stuff. So even though he has been all in, he's still been doing little projects here and there. But still, yeah, like, that's a great example. He's such a G and super inspiring. What he was able to do with his software. He got a 9-figure exit. Like, that's unbelievable. Yeah, very inspired by that guy. And that's kind of the same approach I'm taking now. I mean, it's like, yeah, I got these multiple businesses, but really it all hovers around the same core competency, which is e-commerce. So, a Chemi Corp is the main business, and then there's just like things under there. Why don't you get on trading stocks, bro? No headaches, no testing. I mean, dude, that's not true. That's not true. What do you mean no headaches? I mean, every time I try to take trade stocks, I have a massive headache because it can be really stressful. I'm just kidding. Yeah, trading is cool. Like I think it's awesome, but again, it's just like I already didn't build that skill. And I actually do trade a little bit. Like I will admit, like I fall it's just fun. Like I do think it's actually kind of fun to trade stocks. So like if you go to the Chemi Discord and you go to the investing tab, like you'll see me posting stuff in here. Sometimes like I post my call. Like sometimes I'll buy options. Um, Let me see. Like last time, for example. Oh yeah, I did like $500 in like a few days the other day trading options. So that was cool. But I'm not very consistent with it. Like I'm just not as like that good at this. I'm just better at ecom and managing my team. So that's what I focus on more. But yeah, I think trading is cool for sure. It's fun. Um, and I do, but I can't day trade though. I do better when I extend my time horizon a little bit, personally. Favorite One Piece character? Luffy, bro. I mean, Luffy's my favorite character just because, like, he reminds me of myself. Um, he just seems like this simple guy, like, low key, kind of dumb, but has this just, like, intuition and, like, relentless drive. And, I mean, I guess that's how I view myself. um, I think I'm smart, but my point is not that I'm dumb. It's just that I do make a lot of dumb mistakes sometimes is the thing. Like I think I'm pretty smart, but I recognize the fact that I make some dumb mistakes sometimes. Do you want to play chess online together? I actually did think about playing chess on stream. I think that would be fun. I've been trying to think of a game that I can play on stream because as much as I love answering you guys' questions, it would also be fun to play some games. I like playing video games, and it's just like I don't know. Streaming to me is a good excuse to watch content that's relevant, that I think is fun, and potentially play games and hang out with you guys. But yeah, I would play chess. I'm rated 500 right now. I'm not gonna play right now probably, but I will show you my account. I had some pretty clean games today that I popped off in. I'm not very good, but I study a little bit of chess here and there. I got my openings. I like cold, what's it called? Fried liver. That's my favorite opening with white. I like Karo Khan for black. But yeah, man, the fried liver opening is deadly. Um, yeah, I've been on a big winning streak actually. Sí, adelante, loco. Nice. Yeah, I'm actually from Chile, so I speak Spanish, by the way, for some of you that don't know. That's actually my first language. For beginners, what do you recommend, a niche or general store? That's a good question. I recommend a mix. I recommend a niche general store. That's actually something that I talk about in the Chemi Lab course, the Shopify Brand Starter Kit. In the course, I talk about something called a general niche store, but I'll explain it to you right now. What a general niche store is like it's basically a general store, but you try to focus on one niche at a time, and you keep the name vague and broad. But yeah, you focus on one thing at a time, and by doing that, you get a lot of relevant data so that way like the data that you're gaining can kind of compound on itself as opposed to having to start fresh with every product in terms of like the data that you're gathering on your pixel. Because that's another thing that people kind of neglect to know is the pixel, bro. Like the pixel is the most powerful part of advertising online. So especially on Meta. So you do want to be conscious of the data you're feeding it. And if you can keep things under one niche to start, your chances of success, your likelihood of success goes up a lot. Let me show you. There's actually a brand. So this is actually one way to find Shopify stores. A lot of you guys, but you don't need to do this because you know that I will be doing this and I will be making videos about it. But damn, we got a lot of different tabs open right now, but look at what I've been doing, guys. This is something some of you may not know about. But if you go on the Ecommerce Lab site, oh fuck, I keep doing that product, but that's not launched yet, so don't look at that. If you go on this site, you'll get a pop-up. I'm not gonna get it right now, but if you put in your email, if you give us your email, all right, brother, you gotta go. Thanks for the stream. Peace out, bro. Don't worry about no worries. You're welcome. This was really fun for me too, but I'm not leaving yet. If you give us your email, you'll get access to this, which is really sick. So what this is basically an entire database that we built off of all of the brands that I've reviewed, bro. It's actually insane. And it's categorized by monthly traffic. So you can sort it by traffic. It's categorized by industry. So that's what I mean by a general niche. Like literally just pick any of these. These are all general niches. And topics, the Google trend data behind them, the date that I reviewed them, the YouTube video that I did on them. So let's say, this store, it's like, oh, whoa, that's crazy. So you can see like my take on the brand. You got the Pinterest URL, like all their social media URLs. And yeah, that's basically it. It's pretty cool. So it's just a free little database that we built. I do want to build this into like a website in the future, but again, I'm not trying to, I'm pretty focused right now for the most part. But this is Shopify's version of this. Obviously it's very rudimentary, but sometimes you see some really weird stores like this, for example, that they're just weirdly named and you just know that they're a dropshipping store. I mean, I don't know if this one is. This one probably isn't. This is actually super clean. But let me see if I can find like a general niche so that I can show you. I actually stumbled upon one like really not too long ago. I sent it to my team, so let me actually just go to my team, to my Slack. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Oh yeah, for example, this is a general niche store right here because it's like it's like a love store. And yeah, they sell all these things. I mean, it's kind of generic. And it's so funny to me that these products, they're the most generic products you could imagine. But nevertheless, the store scaled to 400,000 monthly visitors in January. Like, isn't that crazy? Oh, this is the perfect general niche store example. So look at this. This is like, you can tell that this is a dropshipping store. I mean, look at that logo. And yeah, they're doing pretty well. Like they're starting to scale fat. And this is a general niche store. So this is exactly what I mean by general niche, right? Like they're testing mostly skincare products. But herbal luxury, like that's still pretty broad, right? But because they're testing this way, they're capitalizing on the data that they're gathering. So it's a pretty smart approach. And this looks beautiful. Again, like they're building a cool brand out of it. You know, you could get pretty creative. They could definitely build this into something big. Same with this brand. Like they could build this into something big, etc. Um, that store had similar products to what I was talking about. Yeah, yeah, that's yep, it did. So that's a great store that you can model after. Um, there's a lot of great products like that. If you know about Becker, have you done nightmare mode? No, I haven't done nightmare mode. I've never done anything like that, like any like no fap challenges, like dopamine detoxes. I never done anything like that, but I do like I don't know. I'll be honest. Like one of the things that I do like to smoke weed a lot. You know, like that's been something that I've done a lot in my life. Um, and like for example, right now, like I'm trying not to smoke now. Like right now, I'm like in a good. I'm trying to focus in. So that's my version of that is like cutting out some dopamine. So I'm trying to not smoke. I'm trying to play less video games. Just try to focus more on the on business and content creation. Uh, because I love content creation, and funny enough, content creation for me is so fun, but it benefits my business so much at the same time. So it's like such a good use of my time, and so I want to focus in more on that. Like I said, I want to stream more. This has been super fun, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool to see that like a lot of you guys are here. 50 plus people. That's insane. I remember when I first started my personal brand, like I only had like 2 people in a live, like on Instagram, maybe, and it was still so fun, right? Like it's still just super cool connecting with people all over the world. Thoughts on Andrew Tate? I mean, my thoughts on Andrew Tate are kind of boring. I have a kind of centrist point of view on him. To summarize it though, I think it's kind of fucked up that he's still in jail because we still know nothing about why he's actually in jail, right? Like they haven't even come out with any yeah, like sex trafficking allegations. No evidence, nothing's been reported, and they're still being held in jail. I think that's like with no bail. That's fucked up. That's some corrupt stuff over there. Like that would not fly in the US, like SBF defrauded people of billions of dollars and he still was able to get out of jail on bail. Like he's literally doing like speaking engagements right now. Like that's crazy. Um so I think that's pretty messed up. But yeah, I mean I think Andrew Tate like super inspiring guy. Like I think in a lot of ways he was necessary, and I think there's a lot of negative things with him. I think it definitely made a lot of men maybe a little more resentful towards women. Um, he definitely reinforced a lot of misogynistic takes in the world. But on the other hand, like the thing that balances that out, in my opinion, is that he did inspire like a whole generation of men that had no strong male role models. It motivated them a lot, and I mean, he probably did a lot of good. I mean, bro, there's so many guys that commit suicide nowadays, like, and it's largely because they don't have meaning in their lives. They don't have any purpose. So I think Andrew Tate definitely helped like way more people than we could ever like give him credit for. And I respect that. I respect that a lot. So yeah, a pretty centrist, balanced take. Probably boring. Probably won't get a lot of views. But that's how I feel about it. It's just like I recognize both sides of the coin, both sides of the spectrum. Like I think he should definitely not be in jail right now. Like that, it just seems definitely sus. And I also think he had a lot of bad takes. I think he's, probably done bad things in his life. Who hasn't? Um, but I think he's inspired a ton of people, and I think he's, a force for good in the end. Okay. Um, yeah, the pizza oven trend. Sorry to switch topics so harshly, but this is such a funny trend to me. I think having a pizza store would be so dope. Like, how cool would that be to have a pizza store? I think that would be cool. Okay, let me do some more stuff. So glad to have caught my first live viewer. Sorry to jump in late. Oh, no worries, Lindsay. This is better late than never. Okay, so oh wait, oh yeah, you can see my screen still. So I want to show you guys like all the pizza products that you can find because I think pizza is just really yummy and it's just a funny niche. So look at all these different things that you like. This is the rabbit hole that you need to get into, right? It's just starting to do research on your own, like just for fun. Like try to find fun ideas. That's the things. Those are the things that get me excited. Is like fun ideas. My first ever business on Shopify was like a. It's so stupid. It was it was like movie memorabilia. Obviously you can't do that, right? Like I didn't know that at the time. You need licensing rights. My store got banned in the end. But it was like movie memorabilia and anime figurines and things like that because I just love that stuff. So I got in like a rabbit hole of finding products in that niche. And yeah, and like it actually was a pretty successful business for a bit. But for example, um, imagine selling a pizza oven, like a conveyor pizza oven. That'd be so funny. Um, but pizza pans, that'd be pretty cool. Pizza ovens like this, I've talked about this. Pizza dough machines, that's pretty interesting. Some more stuff like this, and here's the thing, guys. Uh, CJ dropshipping, this is something that most people don't know, and it's actually so funny to me. I didn't know this for the longest time, but you actually can source products from Alibaba to CJ dropshipping. So you don't need like really any minimum order quantity. Um, it's pretty interesting in my opinion because that's something that not a lot of people talk about. And then you have a private supplier basically set up from the get go, which is super cool. What do you think of ChatGPT and what do you buy more? I think ChatGPT is amazing, bro. I think it's like revolutionary. And like we were talking about earlier, we were getting very spiritual about it. But for me, it kind of reinforced this idea, or not even reinforced, but it just provoked this idea of intelligent design and intelligent life outside of the universe. That's how I feel about ChatGPT. It's like it's just so revolutionary. It's so interesting and it's so good. So many people use ChatGPT now. Probably my whole team uses it. So I tweeted that today that ChatGPT. My whole team uses ChatGPT now, and it's true. They are constantly using AI now for so many different things, and it's just amazing, bro. It's like each one of my team members now has their own personal assistant. Like that's just so unbelievably powerful, especially when you consider that you can hire people all over the world, right? So like on Upwork, Fiverr, or let's just keep it on Upwork. Like you can hire a VA for a reasonable wage. Obviously, don't pay them like dirt, right? I don't condone that. I feel like if you're paying your VAs, like you should pay your VAs your minimum wage in your country or state. That's how I feel about it personally. Obviously, you can do your own thing. That's just my own moral compass. But in my state, it's like $9 an hour. So I try to keep my VAs at $9 an hour minimum. Now what's great is that you get so much more output out of each one of your team members because if you train them on how to use I mean, bro, that's like insane. And this is what's really has gotten me super excited lately is this idea of using AI to streamline business processes. By the way, I'm super excited to launch the Oliver interview, the guy from Tabs. He's totally killing it. I think last year they did like, in the last few years, I think they've done over $1 million in profit selling this sex chocolate to one product store. And I did a full interview with him that we'll be releasing this week. So stay tuned. Stay tuned on that. But yeah, I tweeted about that earlier today. I said something like, what did I say? My team and I are now using AI daily to streamline processes in our business. What a time to be alive. For real, what a time to be alive. That's how I feel about it. It's just unbelievable. And it's so cool. And that's why in the Discord server here we have an AI utilities forum, because there's just so many crazy things. AI just makes life so much easier when it comes to not only starting a business, but literally anything. Like my girlfriend uses ChatGPT a lot for random questions that she has. I do that too. Like I ask ChatGPT some existential questions sometimes, or just random things that I'm thinking about that, because what's cool is that you can talk with it, right? So if you ask it something and it gives you an answer, you can refine that answer by asking more questions, which is something that you can't do on Google. On Google, you get all these resources, all this relevant information, quote unquote. But on ChatGPT, you can literally like conversate, which is like immensely powerful, like I was saying. Seen this brand running TikTok ads for pizza ovens. Yeah, bro. Uni is the brand. I mean, that's what I made a video about it recently, but yeah, that's what inspired the pizza oven search trend that I was talking about. I made a video about it right here. It's pretty good. Yeah, they've done 255 million in revenue selling pizza ovens. Pretty unbelievable. Yo, what's up, bro? Eating dinner right now? Oh, K2 Industries, the best car brand in the world. That's awesome, though. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for hopping on. We're just going over random stuff, talking about life, talking about spirituality, e-commerce, AI, just everything. Played around with it, writing a book, and it was pretty phenomenal. I think that's the best thing with AI, is integrating it to do back-end business processes. Exactly. Yeah, I think treating it as your own personal assistant is just such a good idea right now. What marketing angle can I use to create organic content for a full body muscle roller? That's a good question. Again, that's definitely something you can ask ChatGPT. But I mean, something off the top of my head, let's see, in my marketing brain, a good marketing angle for a body muscle roller is, well, first of all, you got to remember, we're technically in a recession, right? And people are scared to lose their jobs. People are scared about war. People are scared. Like, let's just keep it very first principles. People are scared right now. So let's say, that's going to help them save money, by going to massages are expensive. Like, let's be honest, massages are expensive. And a lot of people don't have a significant other, let's say, to give them a massage. So a body roller that can help somebody massage themselves saves them a lot of money. It also it helps with like longevity, right? Because if your muscles are relaxed, you'll probably live longer. I mean, obviously, I don't know if that's a claim that you can make, but something along those lines. So those are already two really good angles. But also just straight up pleasure, bro. Like, pleasure is a powerful motivator. And if you just create content around like somebody really enjoying it, do you remember this like backcracker? Do you remember that? A lot of the most viral content with that backcracker was just like somebody like creating like a very strong cracking sound, and then they would just go like, oh, right? They would like moan super hard. That one's so viral, and people made a ton of money through that. So try to maybe just take that same approach, like just make it look super enjoyable, like super satisfying, and people will do it. Help with tightness and stress. Exactly. I mean, and both of those things literally age you. So it's anti-aging. Yeah, so that's kind of, you have to think of the benefits. That's the thing. I know it sounds really basic to a lot of you people, but it's something you got to constantly remind yourself of. It's like benefits sell. So you need to You need to think of the benefits whenever you're selling anything. So, yeah. So let's see. It's 9:30 right now. Wow, it got late pretty quick. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. Wow, time flew by. This has been so fun. What state am I in? I'm in Minnesota, so you guys always see me in a t-shirt because my apartment has really good heating, and I'm actually on the top floor. So I think the building, all the heating in the building just like goes to the top, right? Because heat rises. But it's freezing outside. It's literally so snowy. But I love it here. I don't know. People always give me shit for it, but I love it here. Minnesota is like a great state in my opinion. Even though the winter is really long, part of me likes it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a masochist a little bit. Like part of me just enjoys like kind of the grueling winter. It's so weird. I snowboard a little bit too. Texas, nice. Texas is a really cool spot. I've actually never been to Texas, but it looks great. And a lot of people build their businesses from Texas because of the taxes. The good taxes in Texas. I'm in Florida. Nice. So I think in the future, I will probably move to Florida, or at the very least get get a place in Florida because my family moved to Florida. Like my parents moved to Florida, and my girlfriend's family also lives in Florida. So it's like I should probably move to Florida because I do want to be closer to my family too. But I do love it here too. Like I would keep this apartment forever. So I think I'll just get a place down there too. Just have two places, be a snowbird. Used to live in Winnipeg, pretty much like Minnesota. Oh, that's cool. That's in Canada, right? Yeah, Minnesota, a lot of people consider it the Canada of the US. Like a lot of people consider it almost like a part of Canada because people here are, I mean, obviously it's super cold, but also people are just super nice. About 45 minutes from Austin. Oh man, you're lucky because Austin is such a booming city with entrepreneurs and just so much cool stuff going on. Yeah. I'm in Oklahoma. Don't really like it. Hopefully, I move out soon with a good store. Oklahoma. Yeah, I don't even know much about Oklahoma, but yeah, sounds kind of dead. Minneapolis is cool. I live in Minneapolis, which is like the. It's not the. It's actually not the capital of Minnesota, but it's like the biggest city here. And yeah, I like it. I live in a third world country. LOL. Where I have people on my team from all over the world. I got people in Pakistan, India, Australia, US, of course. Florida is a great spot to be right now to start a business. Everyone is moving here. Yeah, facts. Everyone is moving to Florida. That's why I want to get a place there. But at the same time, I don't want to live there full time necessarily. Because personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the weather. But I do like Florida. I think it's sick. The influx of Teslas are insane and Amazon trucks. That's so interesting. That's so true. Everybody's getting a Tesla. It's crazy how many Teslas I see out there on the road these days. I bought some Tesla stock recently, actually. I think I posted it in the investing chat in the Kemi Discord, which, by the way, we're at 3.6K members. That's awesome. It's free to join, so it's always linked in the description of my videos. But yeah, I've been buying some stock, some Tesla stock lately. I think Tesla is awesome, and it's such a good price right now. Egypt, Jakarta, Indonesia. Wow, that is so cool. This is what I love about, like, I'm going to stream more, guys, and this is what I love about YouTube is that we reach people from all over the world. Like, how amazing is that? What do you all know about Trend Cove? Oh, you're funny, bro. A lot of people don't know about Trend Cove. You're right. So I'll show you guys a little bit about Trend Cove because you just don't know. But Man, Trend Cove, what a legendary store. So Trend Cove, for those of you that don't know, oh yeah, how does one get the other store database you showed earlier? So that's this. So we created a store database, basically all of the stores that I've reviewed, which is actually insane, right? With the YouTube video link, and just a bunch, like the monthly traffic, the industry, so that you can get niche ideas, the trend behind them. How you get this is you just go on Akemi Lab, and you won't see it right now, but you'll get a pop-up. And in this pop-up here, I think I can go here. In this pop-up, this one, okay, you can't see it because my stream is blocking it. But if you go on the site, akemilab.ai, after, if you try to exit intent, you get this, want a free gift, blah, blah, blah. Just give us your email. So just put your email in and we'll send it to you for free. I'm an OG subscriber. Yeah, bro, you really are. If you know about Trend Cove, you are an OG subscriber for sure. So I'll show you guys Trend Cove quick. What Trend Cove was, actually, we have a playlist on this. So the full playlist, this is Trend Cove. This was how I actually blew up my channel at the beginning. So this is what really started my YouTube career, is this Trend Cove series. So 4 years ago, I was the first YouTuber to do a dropshipping challenge. I didn't call it a dropshipping challenge then because I was innovating. I didn't know anything about YouTube. I was just doing this. And we scaled a store called Trend Cove. I revealed the entire thing because, again, I was naive. I didn't know that people would try to jeopardize the whole entire business after some time, but that's besides the point. And yeah, we grew it to 2K a day in like 30 days. So it was pretty insane. Yeah, this was me back then. I was a little kid back then. This was my parents' bedroom, so pretty funny. And yeah, we got that was basically the entire story. It was awesome. It was such a good experience. And I'm so glad that I got to share that with you guys. Some of you that just, started following me way back then. And at the time, it was actually Trend Cove was a side project because the main business was crushing it, doing like, oh yeah, and honestly, what's really funny too is that the strategy is the same that I'm using right now, except for the lookalike part. It's the ad sets. I still like to test with $5 a day, generally speaking. Do you still run that jewelry store? Yeah, we do actually, and we're taking it to the next level now. But I'm just not really trying to talk about it too much, and the only reason why is because, again, I just want to keep my e-commerce stores private because people just, yeah, bro, I don't know. It's unfortunate. I know you guys wouldn't do anything bad, but unfortunately, like a lot of people, there are some people out there that like will try to jeopardize the business. And I don't want to do that. Like, obviously, with these businesses like Akemi Lab and Akemi, it revolves around me. So, and there's not really, like, there's no way that you could jeopardize it, right? This was, yeah, it's pretty cool, actually, like, to see the journey. It's so interesting. But yeah, you can see all the ads that I ran. And again, keep in mind, it's very similar to what we're doing now. So it's still applicable till this day. Like, this is straight up still how I would test products. Maybe slightly different. So the way that we were scaling back then was a little weird. We were doing a lot of duplication, which I think it still works, but I think it's not very efficient now. I think it's just like too messy and not the best way to do it. But oh yeah, I think in this video. Oh yeah. So yeah, it was a side project because at the time, we had another brand that was doing about 10K a day. And yeah, keep in mind, back then I was still living at my parents' house. I was still like going to college. Like, literally, it was crazy. And I was doing all this on the side. All these things were a side hustle. So pretty crazy. But this was the store. It was a one product store, super simple, literally as simple as you can make it. And this was the product. It was $20. And we scaled it to 2K a day, and then it kind of died. The store kind of died. People were uh, commenting really rude things. People were reporting our ads. It was really bad, but it's cool. Yeah, you can find the series in my playlist, so check it out. It was super valuable, so I'm really happy that it's still on my channel. But I have playlists of so many different things, guys, like uh, vlogs. I'm so goofy. I've done so much content on YouTube. It's actually unbelievable. Ari, how many employees do you have now? Dude, my team has grown a lot. So my team now is like 10 people. We have like 11 people counting interns. So we have, let me count. Myself, my COO, his name's Enrique. Um oh yeah, okay, my Meta guy, my Google girl, my email girl. Um, those are like kind of the full-time people, but or not full-time, but these are like the main people. We have another like a sales guy, like a chief sales guy. We have and then we have two basically interns, and then we have a graphic designer. She's basically like a contractor though, so she's not. I still consider her a part of my team though. And then who else? There's someone else. Oh, okay. We have our community manager, Zach. He's a beast. You'll see him on Discord. And then we have another media buyer now. So that's like 11 people, bro. It's kind of crazy. And they're domestic and international. So we have people, like I was saying earlier, we have some people from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, India, Australia, Germany, US, and then, yeah, US. So four of our people are from the US, and everyone else is international. Yo, watching from Dubai. Yo, what up, Dubai? I've never been to Dubai, but I really want to go. Damn, this this clip from Luke Belmar flopped. That's funny though. I'll still keep it up. Um, I have some problems to find products. Do you have tips for me? Yeah, bro. I mean, I was saying earlier, like, just keep your eyes peeled, keep your eyes open, see what other brands are selling, what other stores are selling. Um, Try to get ideas from that, and spend the time making sure that whatever products you find make sure they're really good. It's always worth it to do that. Like, instead of trying to test a million products, try to focus on a few that are really good. But don't forget to test, though. It's actually, don't make things perfect. That's basically my piece of advice. Just don't make things perfect. Is there a fee for getting a Chemi Lab and a Chemi Lab research pass in Discord? So no, the Chemi Lab. Okay, so I'll explain it. The Chemi Discord is free, bro. So this is 100%. Okay, it's not 100% free, but it's like 80% free. And I'm telling you, I'm never gonna be the guy that's like, oh, you gotta join the paid thing in order to interact with the community. Like, no, it's free, and most of the action is in the free chat. But we do have a paid section that's basically just more exclusive. So there's the networking lounge. There's just more chats that are like more catered towards, I guess, people that are more advanced, but that's not necessarily the case. And then, yeah, we're providing trends. We're providing just more specific research, breakout ads, basic stuff like that. AI utilities. We have like valuable links and things of that nature. And the goal is to make, so the fee for this is going to be, we want to make it, so the way that I'm going to structure it, it's going to be like $12 a month, but you're going to only be able to access it on a yearly subscription, because I want people in here to be committed. There's already people in here, actually. You could consider these people beta testers. So it's going to be like $140 a year, which adds up to it's divided into like $12 a month, which is less than a Netflix subscription. And that was kind of the goal with that, is to make it like a Netflix subscription. That's hard to say. But yeah, so again though, you don't need any of this stuff. You really don't need anything to start a business. All you need is a Shopify store and a phone. You don't even need a phone, but it's just some cool stuff that we're building. And yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm very excited to launch that, but it's not out yet. So just stay tuned. I'll announce it when we launch it. Um, you got the chain too. Drip goes hard. Thanks, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I love this chain. I've had it for a long time. That's awesome. Can't wait to have a team like this one day. Yeah, I mean, hey, I was a one-man team for a very long time, and then I had a business partner for a very long time, and we didn't really have any employees forever. Um, my girlfriend was actually one of my first employees, and she still works with me. Actually, I should have counted her in the team too. She's a big asset to us as well. Um, but yeah, it doesn't come overnight though. It takes time. Like I've been doing this for like 7 years. So just give it some time. You'll build your team progressively, and go on Upwork. Like Upwork is a great place to find employees, and you can filter. I would definitely suggest you filter by also like outside of the US. Let's say you look up something like this, and then you look for non-US. And again, like I told you, my minimum is let's just say 10 to 30, or let's even say 10 and below. So there's people that charge literally like $5 an hour from Pakistan, for example. And sure, maybe some of these people won't have like the best English, but show them how to use ChatGPT. Super, super powerful right now. You know what I mean? Um, but I will say, guys, if you pay your people good, they will do great work. Like, take care of your team. If you take care of your team, they'll take care of you. Just another question about your employees. Are your private product store employees remote, international? Yeah, so my whole team is remote. I have no employees here except for my girlfriend. Uh, my entire team is remote, the whole entire thing. And no, so actually, well, they are all remote, but one of them, like our email person, she is from the US. She lives in New York. And would you continue to grow your team virtually, and how would you trust them as you grow? I think I will continue to build my team virtually because it's just so much more efficient, bro. It's just so much more efficient. I mean, I can't say I'll do that forever. I think at some point you do have to probably build like some sort of office or something, but I don't think I'm at that level. I don't think I need to do that. I think I am at that level. Like, I could do that, but I don't want to do that. It sounds like a waste of money and time and space. But yeah, bro, I mean, just start small. Like, again, give people like it's hard to find people that you can trust. And I'm telling you, you're gonna feel this when you first start working, like hiring people. You're gonna regret the first few weeks. You're always gonna feel like, man, I could have done this myself. Like, I'm wasting money, blah blah blah. But after like a month, after 2 months, you're gonna be like, wow, I can't believe that I was doing that alone before. Um, that's been my experience so far. Like every time I've brought on somebody on the team, I'm always like, I don't know if this was the right choice. Like I'm kind of second guessing myself. But then after like a month, after 2 months, I start seeing the value because I start seeing that my time is so much more free, and these people get better and better, right? So that's kind of how you have to think of it, is like you got to hire people so that they can do that thing, whatever you're hiring them for, better than you after like a month or two. That should be your goal. Um, come to Dubai, bro. It'd be amazing. I would love that. I mean, I'm trying to visit the whole world straight up. Like, I'm trying to go everywhere. Or better ask, how much for a 30-minute call to acquire all the information you know about dropshipping? I mean, bro, like, yeah, I can't cover that in 30 minutes. Like, you're better off just going back into my channel. Like I showed you just now. Like, I have the Trend Cove series from 4 years ago. Start there. Start there. And then, um, yeah, that's really all you need to know. How'd you meet your GF? I met her in high school, actually. We're high school sweethearts. I have a 5-person team now, including myself, and I have a great manager now. And wow, it makes such a difference. Once you have one great person, it makes such a difference. Exactly. Hire one to hire 10 is a saying that I learned from now billionaire Andrew Wilkins, who I saw in this podcast. He actually was the person that inspired me to start an agency. Andrew Wilkinson. And that's what he says, because he's huge into delegating. He's probably like one of the best delegators. And that's what he says. He's like, hire one to hire 10. Hire one person that will put in, get the effort, or have the effort and the output of 10 people. And obviously that sounds easier said than done. But, if you are intentional about your goals or whatever your actions, right? Like, if you're intentional about the people you hire and you set the expectations, it's totally achievable. And that's exactly what I've done. It's like the people I've brought onto my team now, I mean, bro, I feel like I'm the one lacking sometimes. I'm like, damn, these people work harder than me. So yeah, that's the goal. Shit, how old are you? I'm 26, so I'm 26 right now, and I feel old, but I'm not. I know I'm really young. I still feel like I'm just getting started. What's my net worth? I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, there's two different entrepreneurs in this world. There's those that are constantly counting their net worth like every day. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. And then there's just people who just like to build, and that's me. I just like to build. I'm very unorganized. Like, I've lost a ton of money. I've left a ton of money on the table from just like not being organized enough, not keeping track of these things. But that's me, man. I'm not a big spreadsheet guy. I'm not a big count my pennies guy. But I do find that that's probably like, that's super valuable, or like to be like that. I mean, that's probably how Warren Buffett is. Like, if I had to guess. So yeah, if I had to guess a range, probably like $250,000 to like $1 million, I guess. But it's hard to judge also like your business valuation, or like the value of your business. If I had to judge it like that, then yeah, probably more than that. But I don't fucking know. Bro, thanks for giving us so much game. I'm such a noob. Hopefully over a period of time I will reach my goals post financial freedom. Yeah, man, you got this. Just, again, one step at a time, man. Build brick by brick. I think that's great advice. Just take it one step at a time. Work hard, but remember, it's not all about, I mean, this is something we were talking about earlier. Like, not attaching your value to your net worth is so important, because I used to do that a lot. And when I used to do that, I would like go through so many more unnecessary stress, right? Like, unnecessary stress from not making enough. And I mean, that does push you to make more, don't get me wrong, but there comes a point where it actually hinders you from making more, because you're just like sad, and you just don't feel worthy of it almost. Whereas when you start just becoming that person, right? Like, just doing the work every day, not really caring so much. At least this is my experience. You start making more money. It's weird. I don't know why it works like that, but it's the same thing with like girls, right? Like, the more you chase a girl, like the more she's going to be kind of repulsed by you. It's the same thing with money. Like, it's weird, but in my experience, when I started like just to try to build my business, like do things like worry more about the aesthetics of my business, just making shit that I thought was cool, trying to like, work every day and do things diligently, like, take my time, etc. It felt like I just started to make more money all of a sudden. I was like, oh shit. I have a recruitment agency and we now have 20 plus people, mostly from the Philippines, and we do the recruitment for the client and compliance with the tracking software. Oh, that's awesome. That's a great business idea. Non-attachment speaking facts, brother. Focusing on get is no good. Exactly. I'm in Chile. A shout out to Chile. Is it better to do drop shipping here or just sell in the country? Honestly, well, you test with drop shipping, bro. I think it's a great idea to test with drop shipping so that you can gauge demand. But I think in Chile, it's a great idea to try to do try to get a 3PL or order inventory. Great idea, bro, because the market saturation is like non-existent over there. So you will have a huge competitive advantage if you can just ship faster. So yeah, that would be huge. But don't start that way though. Don't start by ordering stock. That's a terrible idea because you're probably gonna end up wasting a ton of money. Not necessarily. You can, like, obviously there's plenty of examples of people that have ordered stock and created a multi-million-dollar business out of it. But I think it's a better idea to gauge demand first and then go from there. It's a bit of a safer route. What business are you in? So I'm in the business. So my business is, honestly, I was gonna say it's complex, but it's actually pretty simple. So my business is called Ecommerce Corp. What it is, Ecommerce Corp is really a holding company of a mix of businesses, but this is how it's layered. So at the top, it's the agency side of things. So we're working with, honestly, mainly 8-figure clients now. And that's kind of the main, the foundation of the business, I would say. Then we have, this is the business that we're now building, the Ecommerce Lab, which is the community and education side of it. It's just this one product. It's $20. It's nothing revolutionary, but, well, the product is revolutionary. But the price isn't anything noteworthy. It's just super affordable. And yeah, this is basically the education and community side of things. AI. The reason why it's AI is because my goal with this is to try to integrate AI into e-commerce, which is our core competency. And then with the team at Ecommerce Corp, we're also building our internal brands now. So that's why we're phasing out a lot of our 7-figure clients and only really focusing on our 8-figure clients, because they're obviously bringing us the best results, but then also so that we can just build our own 8-figure brands, because I know that a lot of people now are focusing on agency, which is cool. I mean, I think an agency model is great, but it is a lot of hard work. So yeah, I'm trying to just build our own internal brands too, basically alongside it. I just think that's a great mix. What e-com YouTubers did you watch before you started your channel? That's a good question. I actually watched, obviously Sebastian Georgiou was a big one. And I actually remember it because when I first dropped my Trend Cove series, Sebastian had I think a little less than 100K subs. And I remember he called me and he was like, bro, this is crazy. Because at the time so the Trend Cove series was doing well, but my main store was doing 10K a day, right? And nobody on YouTube was making 10K a day with their stores. That's guaranteed. So yeah, it was huge at the time. It was whoa, this guy's fucking crazy. And that's kind of what, got me recognized. And then, so yeah, Sebastian, Dan Da Silva is actually huge foundational piece in my journey, and probably a lot of people. I learned a lot from him at the beginning, and because he was really the only YouTuber at the beginning, to be honest with you, around dropshipping. But really the main thing that I did was just be active in Facebook groups. I was a part of the Ecom Empires group. That was a big one. And that's and oh yeah, and Sebastian Gomez. Sebastian Gomez is like a big crypto guy now. He like went all in on crypto, which is sick. But he was, yeah, huge foundational piece in my journey as well. That's really about it though. Yeah, that's really about it. And then yeah, after I started making YouTube videos, a lot more people started. Oh yeah, Jordan Welsh too though. I watched Jordan back then too. And same thing with him. Like that's how we kind of connected. It was in a Costa Rica. Actually, to tie it all together, I knew Jordan well, but I actually met him in person at a Costa Rica mastermind that was hosted by Sebastian Gomez, because he had recently done like a 500K a month on ecom. So he did like this luxury mastermind in Costa Rica. I went, Jordan went, and Gabriel Saint Germain went, and we all roomed together. Gabe, Jordan, and I, and we were like the YouTubers at the time, because like we had YouTube channels. And that's when I met those two, and that's when we all became like super good friends, because we all vibed. Like it was just such a good time. We like smoked, we like drank, we just had just genuine good times. So we just became really close friends, and ever since then we've been really close friends. So yeah, it's always cool to harbor real tangible relationships from online relationships. It's like one of the coolest things. Yeah. Oh yeah, wait, Rory, you're right, bro. Yeah, forget about Rory too. Yeah, that guy he was actually the original. Okay, I lied. I was not the first to do a Shopify challenge. Rory was the first to do a Shopify challenge. You smoke weed? Yeah, I do. I'm not gonna lie, I do, but I try to be moderate, these days. Like this week, I'm probably not gonna smoke at all. I'm just trying to lock in. I think weed, the way I view weed is like, I don't know if you guys have ever played video games, but in some video games, like, well, only World of Warcraft specifically, but in World of Warcraft, there's something called like diminishing returns. So let's say like you heal yourself 5 times in a row, like the 4th heal, it's going to be less powerful. That's how I view weed. It's like if you smoke weed once every so often, it's like so eye-opening, right? It just gives you like a whole new perspective on things. But if you start doing it every day, it has diminishing returns. And it's like, it actually not only has diminishing returns and like you don't get much out of it, but it actually starts to have negative returns. Like it actually starts harming you. I mean, it probably harms you after just one. I mean, I don't know. I think I've listened to some neuroscientists talk about it, and like, yeah, it's definitely harmful. But I think, yeah, if you smoke every day, it has a lot of negative effects. So I don't want to do that. Balance is definitely the key. Yeah, I mean, I hope you don't unfollow me for that, but you're obviously more than welcome to. But I'm just trying to be honest. I'm not trying to hide anything, because that would suck. Like I would hate to be like, have to nitpick every single thing I do online. That would not be fun. I'd rather just be honest and you just take it as it is, Do you play video games right now? I see you rocking that gamer chair. Yeah, I do. I was playing Valorant earlier today. I've been playing a decent amount of Valorant lately. Some League of Legends. I mean, classic game. Who doesn't play League of Legends these days? And they try to quote, bro, I can't quit anytime. Yeah. That's the thing, bro. Is that people say weed is not addicting, and that is the biggest cap of all time. Weed is so addicting. Like, I don't know if it's weed necessarily that's addicting, but it's just such an addicting habit, So yeah. What's your rank in main? So I've been playing a lot of TFT, which is the team fight tactics. I got to my highest rank in TFT was diamond, bro. I actually got to diamond in TFT. But in normal league, I actually don't play a lot of ranked, so I'm not even ranked. But my main in regular league is either Misfortune or Sivir. I like to play carry, like bot lane carry, or mid. I like to play mid a lot too. When I play mid, it's Graves or Victor. Those are really my two. I'm addicted to weed right now. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you. Here's the thing about weed. I'll be honest with you. Like, the only way that you're gonna be able to quit weed if you're like addicted right now is if you just don't buy any weed. Like, just don't buy any. If you have some weed near you, like, you will smoke. Trust me. So the only way to like quit for some time is just to not buy it. And I'm telling you, after like a few days of just not having it around, like, you won't even think about it that much. So it's really just the habit of smoking that gets you addicted. Um, so yeah, but it is bad. Like, I will say, smoking weed every day is really bad for you. Like, it makes you so in your head. It gives you so many insecurities that you don't really need in your life. It makes you overthink a lot of things. It just makes you not you. You know what I mean? Like, if you're high more than you're not high, you're gonna be not you most of the time. So that just makes you insecure. It makes you not sure of yourself. Um, I've gone through it so many times, like too many times to count. But right now I'm in a good stage where, like, I have a good handle on it. I feel really sure of myself. I feel confident. I don't feel very insecure. Um, so yeah, I'm telling you, weed is just better if you smoke it like once every, like, maybe once or twice a week. I think is like fine. Kind of like how people drink. I think drinking once or twice a week is like a good, it's not bad, right? Like, it can even be good for you in the sense that, like, it could reduce some stress. It can be like a good experience with friends, etc. But you got to have a good handle on it. Every day is a no-go. Yeah, bro, it makes you forget things. That's the thing. Weed makes you forget things a lot, and that's bad in business. Nicotine's worse than weed. Yeah, some people think so, but some people don't think so. I mean, I drink a lot of coffee, for example. Like, I think coffee is pretty. I mean, obviously, it's pretty addicting, um, but I love it. I'm never quitting. I love coffee. I think it's just so great. I love espresso too. Okay, this is the last question though, because I really gotta go. Hi, sorry, Ari, for this question, because I believe that it's a topic that's probably been talked about a lot, but I'm new to the Shopify thing. What's a tip you have for finding good products slash suppliers? Okay, well, I'll show you. So this is something that I was talking about earlier, is something that, oh, actually, I'll just go here. I already have a tab open for this. I think something that people don't know about is that, yeah, AliExpress is great, first of all. I think AliExpress is good, but you got to remember that AliExpress is a direct-to-consumer platform. So people are shopping there for individual items. So if you want to find good suppliers, you go on Alibaba, because this is where you shop for suppliers. So go on Alibaba, like, find any product you can find on AliExpress, you can find on Alibaba. You just have to, like, look for it, obviously. And then what you can do is go on a platform like CJ Dropshipping and source it. So if you don't want to order in bulk, you can just have a platform like this source the product for you. But yeah, the great thing about AliExpress is that you can find things with reviews. So the great thing about that is that if you find things with the reviews, then you know that the product is good. And I'm telling you, it's so worth it to do the extra work and research to make sure that your product is really good. Like, literally, like 4.8 and above. If it's not 5-star reviews, like, not worth it. Not worth it, I'm telling you. But like, let's say a pack of these, right? Like, you could easily find the same thing on Alibaba, or source this on CJ, and you're good. But all right, guys, I gotta get going. Oh, what do you mean you're addicted? Like, are you saying that is a bad thing? There's a lot of people, including myself, that get prescribed. Yeah, I think that's different, bro. Like, if you're I think, again, like, yeah, weed definitely has some health benefits, but I think most people that smoke recreationally, that smoke every day, it's probably not good. Like it probably does affect you negatively, more than it does positively. And that's what I mean is that I think for people that smoke recreationally, it has diminishing returns. Like it has less and less value the more frequently that you smoke. It's kind of my way of viewing it. But again, this is not backed by any science. This is not backed by any research. This is all backed by my own anecdotal experience and my own anecdotal evidence. Um, so, don't listen to me if it's actually helping you, like I'm just telling you from my experience. It has diminishing returns, and I've been addicted to it before. Uh, Maybe not weed itself, just the act of smoking. It's just fun, right? Like with your friends and etc. But the best way to get around that is just to not have it. Like just don't get any weed, and then you'll be fine. But yeah, it affects everyone differently. Like I love it. Don't get me wrong. Like I prefer that over drinking. Literally, like I would rather smoke than drink. But I don't want to do either consistently anymore. Like I have in the past, I don't want to do that anymore because I just know that it has diminishing returns in my life personally. All right. Thanks guys. This has been great. Appreciate y'all. I'll be doing these a lot more. This was so fun. We covered so many things and we have so much content now that we can drop. So, this has been amazing.